Hi everyone, I welcome you all to Skills for Modern Workforce webinar. We are delighted to have Chanya Kapoor here as a speaker for the session. Let me tell you a few things before we start this webinar. So Chanya is the founder of two platforms called PolicyFide and Zenfide. Both the platforms are driven to provide career support and learning experience from students to working professionals. Academically, she has a master's in public policy from St. Xavier College, Mumbai. She has previously worked with Ministry of Health and Family Welfare as a communication consultant. Also, she has interned with NED, Government of Delhi, and multiple NGOs throughout her academic journey. Now, over to you, Chanya.
Hi, everyone. Thank you all for joining in. So today's session is mostly about skills that we all are actually engaged in learning on daily basis. What a best thing and one thing about skills is that it is something that you do not have to dedicate hours and hours to learn. It is something that you can start from your day by making integrating into your daily lives, into your daily routines and schedules. And skill building is something that is a process. It's a lifelong learning process, and that is something we'll be discussing it today, where you are in your careers right now. And in this process, it's a process essentially looking like our careers are spread across decades. We all know about it. It's just not our 20s or 30s. It's in our 40s and 50s, and we keep growing across decades. The market trends change, industries change, and that is something we have to be equipped with the skills to explore new positions, to get new experiences and opportunities. As most of you are in college right now in different masters and bachelor programs, it's a great opportunity for you guys to get new experiences, to explore new opportunities, and to explore your interest, to know what you're good at. Like if you're studying, for instance, computer sciences, it's not the only space you have to be good at. You can be a great writer also. You can be a great communicator also. You can be a great listener also. So these are some skills. And when you're looking for jobs, there are combination of skills that are used and that you keep boosting for yourself and you keep developing for yourself. Okay, I think most of people have written more things. Great, thank you guys. Just in this process, planning out is a very interesting part of it. It helps you set down the goals that you want to achieve in your career, what you want to do for yourself, and how you want to do this. So honestly, and like when I was in my college during even my masters, I did masters in public policy from St. Xavier's, and that is the first time I actually started writing down on what I wanted to do, what I'm good at, and what kind of skills I wanted to learn. So, since public policy, if some of you know, is a very holistic course where you get to study statistics, econometrics, and some parts of social sciences, I realized that I was not really good with statistical tools like R, SQL, etc. And that is something that is one area which I took for myself to learn it. So, building a plan basically helps you to discover who you are, what you like to do, like which things do you like to do? Do you like to code? Do you like to manage people out? Are you a good analyst? Are you a good researcher? Research needs patience. Do you have that skill with you? What do you do, like what you are good at right now, and what you can do best. What you can do best means like if you put more focus into that space, if you spend some more time on that skill, maybe that is something that you can develop for yourself. So, as I shared my example only, when I was doing my master's, I was very terrible with using statistical tools like R. And that is something I took for myself. I took some online courses, some programs, took some mentorship from my professors to learn that out so that when I go to the job market after my master's, I can find some right internships for myself and right job opportunities. If a role needs me to know R, I should know R, at least the basics of R. That should not be stopping me from getting my dream job or getting into my dream organization. So planning is something that is like an essential part of every plan. When you write down things that this is something I want to learn, you're setting a goal for yourself. You're setting, that's your step number one of putting a plan into action. So as per LinkedIn Workplace Survey of 2023, what LinkedIn did is they took out some skills from the job postings that they have on their platform and some standout skills that recruiters keep looking on the platform for when they're posting out jobs, when their HR heads are posting out posts also about what kind of jobs. So these are the top 10 skills that LinkedIn has listed as the skills that companies need the most, irrespective of role. If you're applying for an analyst, if you're applying for a software developer or researcher, or any other position that you guys shared, these are the 10 skills that LinkedIn has noted out as the most important ones. And if you would see, it's a combination of power skills and technical skills. Like, for instance, if you can't make your sales pitch to your customer or to your vendor or to your client, if you can't communicate what your company does, what your work is, you can't convert it into a sale. That is a technical skill. If you're not good at management, how would you be managing your teams? How would you be part of teams that are in marketing, analytical skills, research, project management? And if you're not a great team worker, how would you survive in all the teams? In any organization that you go in, these 10 skills will come handy to you irrespective of job description that you're going for. So we all have seen like job descriptions that do not just ask for technical skill, but also you have to be great with managing your team. If you're looking for managerial positions, if you're looking at an analyst team, you should be able to talk to other people properly, or should be able to adhere to the organizational culture, structure, and work ethics. So there's a codependency of both types of skills. Existence of one skill cannot help you go ahead in one organization after one time. If you have joining as an analyst, you want to go to a senior analyst, you should have the capabilities and you should have the skills to manage those out, to grow in your career. So to perform well at your work, you need to have a combination. There's a codependency. Next point is it boosts morale, productivity, and performance. If you're able to put your point ahead to your manager or to someone who is basically senior to you in your organization, you can let them know what your requirements are, what are your expectations from your job. And once you're able to convey very efficiently or what you are looking for, it helps you, it boosts your performance, productivity, etc. Next is better opportunities for growth and development. So as per the recent data, when a person is looking for a job, they look for what kind of opportunities are they getting to learn at that workplace. Have you ever heard someone say that I'm going in this organization to learn the work? What kind of work comes handy? Similarly, if you're able to build a mix of skills for yourself, you're building a space for yourself to grow and develop your overall job experience. Exploring options and interests is important. So at this stage where you are in your bachelor's and master's, exploring options of what kind of things you want to learn for yourself, what kind of new tech that is coming in, or what kind of new courses that are out in the market to find what skills can you build for yourself, interests. So knowing what you are interested in is very important. What kind of skills come handy to you, what kind of skills you want to build for yourself, and what are you good at. That is important to know. So growth mindset is exactly what the term is. Growth mindset. Mindset is how you view opportunities around you, how you view your strengths as. Knowing your own strengths is the great kickstarter for you to build a mindset for yourself. To explain whoever is not familiar, and it's a new concept for you, so it's a great chance for you to learn about what growth mindset is. So growth mindset and fixed mindset. Growth mindset helps you develop skills through persistence and consistency, that if I don't know the skill today, I can learn it tomorrow, or I can do something to learn this out. Capable of learning through focus, and a fixed mindset person is like, there's a no solution to this problem because I don't know the skill. Learning from failures, I'm not good enough, is fixed mindset. motivation to persevere after mistakes, and receptive to feedback. Hearing what others have to say about what you have done, what your manager has to say about what kind of work you have done. That's what growth mindset is exactly. Communication at work, and even you guys are in college, you guys are communicating with your internship coordinators, or you're communicating with your placement coordinators at very normal times. And what kind of relationship that you develop with these people, with your professors and everyone, is dependent on how you communicate with them. Are you like nice to them when you're communicating? Are you aggressive to them? Are you assertive with them? What kind of communication are you doing with them? Effective communication at any stage can be transformative for you as an individual and for the teams that you would be working with. Communication at work can come in any form. It can be in terms of your presentations that you're building. Right now, you and I are communicating with each other continuously, and it can be through presentations, updates on email, Slack, Skype, whatever your organization would be using. Meeting customer representatives. If your dream organization is in a D2C, is a D2C brand, then how are you talking to the people out? That is communication that is happening out. Now, the third skill that is going to be my focus today is problem solving. If you remember, we talked in the first data point that I shared that many college students who are transitioning to workforce, they find problem solving as a great challenge for them. Like, how do I view this problem? How do I structure it out and get through this? Problem solving is ability to basically think on your feet and to remain calm and contribute to the problem solution process. In the economy, in the market, in the industry, there are different dynamics that are changing across industries. If you're going for an ICICI Bank job, banking systems is changing. There are new regulations every day. If you're going for a software development job at Infosys, technology is grasping with different changes every day. So how do you add to this process will actually kind of is going to be like a 1% addition to how you grow your career in the same organization. And when you're applying to another organization, how do you put these skills to practice? So problem solving is basically an asset and any organization can have. If you're going in a startup, if you're going in a huge organization, wherever you go, if you can add a solution to an existing problem by 1% also, you're an asset for them. Problem solving actually reflects on various competencies like logic, creativity, resilience, imagination, lateral thinking, and determination. And these are some skills that you will see a lot if you are seeing a detailed job descriptions. They put this out indirectly, directly, like creativity, logic, ability to work in such situations, complex situations, ability to identify better way of doing things, proactive thinking, and knowing how to get things done. Leadership is something that we all have heard about it in schools and colleges when there were prefectorial positions, yeah, kuch competition. If you're going for inter-school or inter-college competition, there's one leader who is leading the team. So we all have heard about leadership. So leadership is not in an organization, in a college experience, in a master's course. It's not limited just to the top executives of an organizations. Companies like to identify and hunt the innate capabilities of every person they are hiring from day one. And they can give you small tasks to understand if you're going through the process of interviewing to understand, do you have that skill? Like after 10 years, if you are in the organization, how will you be adding to them? This is something that there are so many resumes get tailored. There many resumes get altered out of the job search system. And these are 7 points that are figured out ki in reasons ki wajah se resumes don't go ahead. What exactly do the mistakes that we make in resumes? And I'll be honest, it took me a while to understand in my undergrad and masters to make great resumes. It took me a lot of time to understand what actually is needed. So these 7 points can give you an overview exactly of how you can ignore these mistakes out in this resume and make great resumes for yourself. So in the first part, this person has written a qualification summary, and it's more of a objective that is given where he or she is telling what kind of position they're seeking and apply their years and years of experience. So at this moment, when recruiters are looking through resumes, they want a summary statement that tells the achievements of that person, tell the skills of that person. When we are talking about all the 4 skills that we have spoken to it, how do you show yourself that I owe these skills? These are my skill sets. How do I put this in my summary?
So Shriman K is asking how to mention problem solving ability in resume. Generally, he just put problem solving skills in part. Is it a good practice?
So problem solving is a life skill, essentially. And when you're putting this in your resume, don't write I'm a great problem solver. Instead, write how, if you have worked in a college society, for instance, if not an internship, write like this: if this challenge came, like how did you solve that thing? Give evidences of your skill rather than just telling I'm a great problem solver. As much in a resume, as much as evidence, and as much as in evidence you can just put this out, would be much better for you to create a better impact and create a better stand for yourself.
Yeah. Naveen is asking a question. How to simplify a complicated message when they are trying to communicate with their colleagues or to their HR recruiter?
Be very clear about what you are asking them. So, like if for instance you are asking them for an opening of a position, you can write a essay to them of 800 words. If avoid that, because no one has time to read out those 800 words. Have a very clear ask that this is what I'm looking for. It's a very golden rule for cold emailing also. When you are asking them, ask them for guidance, for support. What exactly are you looking for, and whether it's feasible for them or not. It's a sign of respect also that you show to the other person when you are asking them this, like their convenience and feasibility too. And it's a very golden rule that you can use for your cold emails and pitches also.
Yeah. So Vinay is asking how to mention the leadership skills in his resume, basically.
So, Vinay, if you have taken some leadership positions, do mention them out in your work experience. If you have led a team of some people and led to some impact, you can also mention that out in your work experience. But do not just write good at leadership somewhere. Do not write it directly, but try to find ways from your experience that how do you make it more evidence based? How do you give the right examples to make your point?
Yes. David is asking
Yeah.
that whenever he applies either through LinkedIn or to any of the job sites, his CV gets rejected due to the ATS problem there.
Yeah.
So how can he improve his resume so that his chances of getting a call from the HR recruiter gets higher compared to any other person?
So, firstly, I think Vinay, the 7 points that I mentioned, first key focus on the keywords. In any ATS thing, they're looking for the right keywords. So you can actually do some research on this, on what kind of, when you identify which role you are applying to, then identify which keywords are actually being used for that. You can talk to a friend, you can talk to your mentor, and you can even talk to your professors about it, which keywords are the right ones to use here, and try sending out resumes with some keywords and see what kind of response you get, and align it properly. Make sure your CV, your resume is well formatted, is well, and there's no grammar mistakes also. Grammar mistakes, spelling mistakes, avoid them. It doesn't have a great impression on the recruiter also. But mostly focus on your core competencies. Make sure that you're listing them down at a bottom or somewhere, so that they get highlighted by the system and your resume gets a good fair chance to go ahead.